Hello, everyone at the UAE restaurant community. Thank you for attending the event past Wednesday, and I apologize that I could not be with you all due to having COVID. And I've given the presentation of how to build your restaurant brand, and I believe quite a lot of you have mentioned that you weren't able to hear me properly or to see the slide properly. So therefore, I'm doing this video and hoping that it would help you to get to know who I am and as well as the topic that has been given. And I do hope that this is useful for you. So, following through from what Leo said in regards to the restaurant brand of it's very important. Now, in my saying that um, restaurant industry is a very crowded and a very competitive world that we're at. Um, and nowadays, not only that we're having to compete with one another in bricks and mortar, but also with the virtual brands, pop-up, etc. So how do we distinguish ourselves? Restaurant branding is a very important thing. In my own personal opinion, it's almost like a name you call yourself, that how do you make people of whom you are be memorable, and this is where this whole thing comes through. Now, just look at a little bit of the market figure, and these are the figures that I have obtained from the Dubai Chamber of Commerce. As we can see, looking at the overall year on year from 2020, the market surged 255%. And then of the fact that it will go up even more so by 2025. And we're just talking about UAE. We're not even talking about the rest of GCC, etc., with all the interesting events that is due to happen. Now, obviously, we're in Expo at the moment. There's also the World Cup coming up. So how could we make what on whom we are memorable? This is where it comes in. So your restaurant brand. Now, this is how you want people to know you. So therefore, there are four fundamental things that we need to understand. From a clear vision and concept, well, who are you? What are you selling? Positioning, as in, what is the price point? How do you want people to remember you? The mission and vision statement is very much so towards in giving people to understand what are you, and in particular so is for your internal customers, which are your staff, whom they are working for, what brand are they servicing. These are very important. Innovation. In the terms of innovation, what I meant is not only about the product, it's also about how you market yourself, how you utilize the skills of the marketing tools from social media, from customer service, and how to retain and excite the customers that you have and are wanting to capture. So for me, looking at the growing strategy, now clear vision. Obviously, you need to know what are the clear concept of your restaurant. How is your concept to be well understood, which is very, very important. Your product needs to be mirror the brand vision to deliver. And the reason why I said it this way is a lot of the times you look at it is if you tell people you are a Chinese restaurant, then obviously you do serve Chinese food. Yes, there can be a twist from a Pan-Asian, there can be a twist to fit the palate of the Indian, but still, your core produce is a particular cuisine, then you will stick to the core as what it is. Mission statement. From this is very much like your ethos, like who are you, what do you do, why you're doing it, and what are you hoping to accomplish. But also, how do you want people to know what you're doing? From a very good example of a restaurant in DIFC called Boca. Now, it's a Spanish tapas restaurant, but Omar and Mati, being the owner as well as head chef, they have thrived to be the first ever restaurant in the UAE trying to be curbing as much carbon emission as they could from sourcing everything locally, being as green as possible. So that in itself gives a very, very good USP, the unique selling point, or the ethos of who you are. Positioning. Now, positioning is very important in the extent that because you need to know who you are, so that you know who your competition are, then you know how much you charge, so that you know what type of customers that you're wishing to attract. And obviously, the main thing that we always look at is the 4 Ps: price, product, place, promotion. And the place in itself, it also matters even from a virtual concept, because the place is depending on the demographic that you are going to be able to deliver to. What are the areas that is your target audience are living in? Then will you then find a cloud kitchen that is close enough to those vicinity to deliver to? So this is what we meant by the place. Then we look at promotion. Now, how will you be marketing your customers? Obviously, everyone says social media, Instagram, Facebook, Google Map, etc. For us, I even looked after the Chinese communication. Now, you have big hotels such as Jumeirah, Armani, who wants to attract the wealthy Chinese to go and stay and dine at. So this is where it becomes interesting, is finding the brand voice and knowing where your target segments are and how potential earning that you will receive from your target audience. And from there, you pick and choose your channels to speak to them and outreach to them. And every time when you go and promote, no matter online or offline, you need to stay on brand. Is delivering who you are and people to solidly remember who you are. Customer service. Now, once the customer comes to you, is a matter of how you continue to converse with them. So you're capturing the customer's preference, their birthdays, their contact details, and from there, you then grow on how to speak to them. The staff training. Staff is the biggest ambassador of your brand. If they cannot convey the message well enough, then no one else can. And this is a matter of up to the learning and development from you as the brand owner on how you perceive and how you strive the staff to understand your brand as much as they could, and for them to have that sense of ownership and being the first advocate of the brand for them to sell it for you. And of course, it's very important that you listen to your customers' feedback. So analyze all the comments to refine your service is also crucial, because then the customers will be valued that you've listened to them and you're improving and you're able to spin off even new ideas or new concept. Innovation. Now, we all say, yes, new dishes coming on, new feature from drinks, any collaboration, pop-up, etc. Those are all the things that is innovate, that gives you a talking point to excite customers who want to come and try you. And your operation, how do you refine that? That's also an innovation to make sure you continuously improve your customer service with how you service the customer. And as I said, collaboration. Now, collaboration can be anything from collaborating with another chef to local produce, local farms, to seasonal offering, especially now we're at Expo, there's beautiful offering from, let's say, Irish lamb that I saw. They had a collaboration with Chef Reef. So there's a lot of ways to collaborate. And this also offers excitement to the customer. So here are a few examples that I would like to show you that who have done it exceptionally well on how to be on point with their brand. Now, Fruitful Day is probably something that you might not get to know or you might have seen before. So essentially, they are a fruit delivery company. So the whole thing started off is they're catching on the whole workplace wellness on how to deliver fresh fruit in replace of junk snack in office places. And from there, they grow from delivering to homes, having the gift boxes. And as you can see from their Instagram, there's something that they do is called watermelon cake. Now, is technically speaking, it's just cutting a watermelon into cake shape. To a lot of people, oh, that's nothing special. But it is special because they make that product that make you feel that is like a birthday cake and you want to have it and you want to buy, and therefore this is what we meant by being special and able to deliver the ethos, a happy, vibrant, healthy image of how the brand is perceived and how they wishes the customers to perceive. Streetery, a very well-known brand to one of our dear friend at the JLT circle, Nikki. So Streetery by Zen is what they're trying to do is capturing a corner of Chinatown in Thailand and bringing it to JLT. When you go into the restaurants, you will see little different counters from barbecue to Thai food to Chinese to dumpling. So when you go in there, it's like you're in a food court, but technically in one kitchen. And how the way they deliver it is very seasonal, from Thai festivity to new season produce to ideas, playfulness, dessert, drinks. Everything is a topic and everything speaks that street food vibe that is vibrant, is buzzy, and this is how people want to see it. And even if you see it from the Instagram page, as well as on their Facebook, and of all the awards that they've been getting from What's On to Time Out, it really speaks the popularity of it. Is you can go in just for a quick spring roll, or you can go in for a full-on meal. It's trying to capture that also community neighborhood sense that feeds through being a street food concept, but in a very nice shop environment. So this is how the way they've done it exceptionally well. Now, next one, it really, at the end of the day, we look at this as Freedom Pizza. Now, Freedom Pizza, Ian, he has been a maverick, but also a pioneer in the industry to start with. Started with bricks and mortar, then gone on to do cloud kitchen, and now he springs from many different brands, from Freedom Pizza to Salad Jar, and about 8 different brands. But if you look at how the way he does it exceptionally well, where he wants to bring that sense of we care about you, we want to bring you the best food, and we want you to enjoy it. And if you see how the way that he does the cross pollination between his different brands, from Freedom Pizza, okay, if you have a pizza, why not have a salad? So you feel a bit, guilty pleasure thing, where then it brings in the sister brand of Salad Jar. So this does it extremely well, and how the way that it encapsulate the entire brand's ecosystem of all his collection of brands. And this is what we meant by things are done in a very beautiful sense, and you're able to really exercise and speak for every single product that you have of your brand, and still keep it on point for people to memorable, not only just for your main brand, which is Freedom Pizza, they will also be attracted to try other brands within your collection. As a conclusion, your brand really is you. You are the decision maker to make sure that it really well thought out and are able to deliver as what is said on the packet, and consistency, because a lot of the times is marketing and operation and how the way consistency, sometimes it does not fall in place from time to time. But if you're able to keep the three pendulum in equilibrium momentum, then you will become a very successful brand, and I'm sure, no doubt, there will be many customers willing to come back to you and even spread the joy of word of mouth from an online social media platform, and giving you scoring to actually vocally telling their friends that they truly enjoyed your food. So I hope with my little presentation it will help you all to have a little bit more thinking and ideas that would help you to propel your brand into greater success. And thank you so much. Of course, this is my contact detail. If you wish to have further chats with me, you can catch me on my email or LinkedIn, and I look forward to speaking to some of you very soon. Thank you.